Hello YouTube, this is the next part of the video how to code a really cool shooting game in Scratch. So in the last episode we have got this part. Now what we need is to just to sort of improve our games because it is like sort of finished. So there is a problem that we need to see. So this so you, so our player will sort of spawns over here, and if the enemy is on the edge, it will should try to shoot rocket at us, but the rocket is already touching the edge, so we need to fix that. So by fixing that, we just need to select all, press shift, and then you drag it in, make this part touch the center. For the fast enemy, you also do the same. So you make the rockets smaller and make that part touch the center to the right a bit. So also, since this enemy is blue, I think we should change its color. We change the color to the color matching its body. We also change this part. So this is perfect. So you just sort of change it into like this, and you're done. Or I think so. I like ordering this because it looks sort of like very cool. Okay, so now we have got like a lot of types of enemies. I think what we need to add is another, like, I think our players should be able to like stick on walls, or like or fly or something. So what we got now is the ability to dash. We can sort of like go anywhere. We can sort of like go anywhere we want with that ability. So I think we need to make like another type of gun. We duplicate the first costume, make this a bit bigger. Um, Around 10. Make it color red. If mouse down, then switch costume to the first costume. Next, if key E press. If key E press, then switch costume to costume 2. Create clone of myself. Wait until not key E press. No, wait, no. Key E is for the bomb, so we need to change it around. Key F should be okay. Forever. Once I click forever, if key F press, start this self-switch costume to 2. Create clone of myself. Now, this is for the normal bullet. For the red bullet, the stronger one, we need to make another part of the code. For the normal bullet, we have if costume numbers equals one, then you do this if costume number equals 2 or else you set you set bullet speed to around 20, 20 to 25. Point was mouse pointer, repeat, move bullet speed steps. If on edge, change equals effect by around like 1, for example. Repeat 80. We also need a cooldown for this, so we add the block wait 2 seconds or 5. I think 2 is the perfect amount. Or I think we need to make the bullet faster. So instead of making the bullet bounce all around, we make it explode on contact with the enemy or the edge. So you repeat until touching edge, move move like move bullet speed steps. So we got sort of this. It still looks a bit too fast, so we change it to 25 and 30. So we add so we sort of change bullet speed by 1. We are sort of making it kind of like faster uh, the longer it travels. Or you can change bullet speed by minus 0.5. It slows the bullet down a bit. So we go into here, copy the explosion, move it into the bullet sprite. We'll make this slightly smaller. Then you switch, so repeat until touching edge. Then, oh, touching edge or touching enemy. Then you switch costume to explosion or the costume name 3. Create clone of myself. Then for this part you add if costume number equals 2. Then add another else block. mm, if the custom number is neither one or two, then it must be three. Then it's the explosion. So you repeat 10. Change size divided. Wait, before that you set size to 100. Change size by size divided by 10, for example. Size divided by 10. Change close effect by 10. Then you delete this clone. You should also add an exploding. You should also add an exploding sound. So you sort of make it like this. So you sort of make it like this. So after that, then you sort of go into you sort of add another type of bullet for our enemy or our player. So we should make another type of enemy. This time it should be like some sort of big enemy. So we change it into like big enemy. We make it slightly bigger. Change its color to green. Forever wait 10 seconds. Go to random position. Create clone of myself. Now we also need to make it. We need to make it rocket slightly bigger. Name again big enemy. So we also need a big explosion. So for the fast enemy, the explosion should look smaller. So you go in our game and is sort of like finish. You can shoot your enemies. So there should be there should be like there should be a type of. So you see the game is pretty hard for our players. So I think we should add some sort of like shield. We make we'll make a big like square. Move to the center, press shift and move it. For this one flat click forever. Go to player. Flat click for forever go to player or point towards mouse pointer. So you sort of have this. Okay, so we need to code for if touching shield then point in direction of shield. Remove this block here. Select shield, select direction. So we go to find if costume number equals 4, the rocket one. So we got it here. If costume name equals 4, repeat until touching edge, touching player. If touching shield, pointing direction of shield. We also need to duplicate this, move it into fast enemy, move it into big enemy. If touching shield, move in direction, pointing in direction of shield. We go into this part, if the shield pointing direction of shield. And we also do the same for the big enemy. For the rocket, we need to make it slightly slower. So now we will wait for a sound when we sort of like deflect the rocket. So we go to this website, we search for sound effects. The or you can sort of like go into the go into the sounds part. You search for effects. So they should will find. Delete this part. If touching should point in the direction of shield, start sound basketball bounce. We move this sound into fast enemy. We move this sound into big enemy also. For the fast enemy, we make it like faster. No, not this sound. Okay, it should sound like that. You start sound basketball bounce if touching shield. And for the big spy, you make it slow. Start sound basketball bounce. So now we'll wait for our enemies to spawn. So far this is working pretty fine. However, I think the shield is a big and it would be too easy for our player. So we'll make it sort of smaller and make it come closer to the player. It should be like this. So once you've added the shield, then it's basically all you need to do. Or you can add some sort of like hard jump. So you go into the player, you find the key space or key W or key up arrow press and jump equals 0. Or you say jump is less than 10. So you sort of make our player, if the player is holding, then it makes the player higher. And and when the player is and it makes our player jump higher if they are holding. our player it makes our player jump higher, or you can change it into 5. You now add another part. If no, you you change you change vertical velocity by jump. So the longer you hold, the higher you jump. So if okay, so the player can jump incredibly high, or the player can just tap the button and the player jumps very low. Now we need to add another block, or we should just add into this block. So you see our player can sort of like jump multiple times in the air, and which makes the player able to jump very high. So you sort of code it to something to prevent the player from jumping multiple times. The player can only jump one time. We add a block if not touching the platform, and not do not touch the platform, and not mm, key space or key W or key up arrow press, then you set jump to 5. So when a player is not touching platform, up you see our player can still jump. So there is some coding error. So for this, change jump by 1, set vertical velocity to 12, change velocity by jump. Well, if the player is not touching and not these keys or press, then you sort of set jump to, so instead you change jump by 5. So you see our player can still jump. So I think we should remove this part. So right now our player can jump high or jump incredibly low. So that's perfect for the player. Now I think we should need to make another type of enemy. Um Another type of enemy. We will delete all the parts. We will make it completely black. So when flag click, you remove all of these unnecessary blocks. So when flag click forever, wait one, wait like 5 or 10 seconds, create clone of myself. When I start as a clone, for when flag click hide as when I start as a clone show. So before that, you go to random position. When I start as a clone show, you set ghost effect to 100. You change ghost effect by minus 10. You repeat 10. So first we will check out this enemy first. So you see our enemy is appearing everywhere. So we need to make it smaller. So you set enemy health to 1. So this enemy will be like, it will be really weak. But it would be sort of, it would need to be very annoying for the player. Change equals effect by 10. Or what about just what? So I think we should need to make this enemy immortal, make it sort of unkillable. So you for when flag click, repeat. When flag click, you show, repeat 10. Before the repeat 10, you add set ghost effect to 100. You repeat 10. Change ghost effect by minus 10. Then you forever, before that, you go to random position. And you forever will point towards the player. Then you move one steps. Or you might it appear as slower. So the enemy will constantly keep following you. So we may make it faster, for example, a bit. Or you should have move distance to player divided divided by, for example, 20. So if the player keeps moving, this enemy cannot, if the player is moving fast, the enemy cannot catch up. But but if the player is constantly moving, this enemy cannot catch up. But if the player is really far from the enemy will sort of like run, fly fast to the player. So that is block if if touching player, then you change health by minus 0.1. You make a message like broadcast message one. Um, we make another price called blind. We make another sprite called, it could be anything. So you fill the screen. When flat click, go to 0, 0. So when going to 0, 0 forever, before that you set ghost effect to 100. Forever change ghost effect by 2 when I receive blind. Set ghost effect to 0. So we will test out our enemy first. So you see our enemy is blinding the player, which makes the player unable to see. So forever go to front layer. So you can make it hard for the player to see, or you can make it even harder to see by changing the ghost effect by only 1. So this enemy makes the player lose really little health, but it strikes the screen, makes the player hard to see. So it's quite annoying. So that's all for this video. In the next video, we will be adding other types of enemy to the game. And that's all.